Good night Saturday.
Draw button there.
Yep.
Turn the passenger off.
You run good already.
Two in a row,
That's
that.
all I want.
That's 2 buttons in a row. 2 buttons in a row last night. That's there, right? Yeah. That's it.
Hello.
Hello?
Right, guys. Hi.
Probably get settled out.
We're not getting a final table picture or something.
So yeah, you still do it, don't you?
Oh,
So Steve upstairs with giving people food before.
Yeah.
It's like one quick down in the house. You tried it upstairs.
No, I've not tried it upstairs. Is it really good? Yeah, okay. I'll steak. My friend, we just went for a meal, and he said, "Mikey, you have steak."
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
the
realise
best.
they have. He said it's the best steak.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
I didn't even realise they have it upstairs.
Yeah,
I just
don't
thought there's a boring menu here. That's what they have.
Yeah, I think we find.
Danny's going to go from 4 and then 4 first. Not you. The dealer, I meant.
Oh.
Yeah, we are going to do the 4 first, so we're going to do the dealer.
You asked for a photograph picture.
no, I just had to ask because I thought we were going to start it straight away. I thought, oh, get a first.
Okay, Danny, Aaron, just want to stand behind the dealer chair? No, sitting. I need them sitting down.
What's it?
Picture time.
Oh, sitting.
Afternoon, everybody. Is this a cash table? No, not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. J.R. Wood. How's your week in Blackpool been in March?
Yeah, it's been alright. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been good. It's been quieter than usual.
Flip flops?
No flip flops. No.
Shorts?
To be honest, I think was it Saturday? Last Saturday, it was alright out there. It wasn't too cold. It was a fairly nice day, if I remember.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to guess what it is, and eventually we got there. This is the final table of the mini. The cash table, there were quite a few players on the list, then there weren't, then they decided that they didn't want to play. Not a lot we can do about it, all the list was there, all the names were there. We made a decision early yesterday that the mini was the best way to go for today, which is what we did. We were going to do the Omaha, some of the guys wanted to play the Omaha, and it ended up being 400. So that wouldn't have been a good stream, and now it's broke anyway.
Oh, okay.
Because they're all playing the HR.
Okay.
So they're all playing the eye roller. So that is that. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Mystery Bounty. No, sorry, not the Mystery Bounty, because he cashed in the Mystery Bounty. Final table, the Mystery Bounty.
Yeah, a little cash.
And you got a little story about Alice.
Yeah, she won us some money. She won us some money. We got basically we sat down the day, about half hour in. Wilmot and Johnny, I don't know his surname, pulled a couple of bounties, bosh, 5k, 2.5k, gone. Johnny pulls another one, bosh, 2k, gone. Then I finally got 3 bounties in quick succession. In about 15 minutes, I've got 3 bounties. I thought, I can't bother to go up.
No.
I'll just leave them. It's pointless now. The biggest bounty is 1,500. We get to the FT. There's a 1,500 left, a 13 and a 1,000. They're the top 3 biggest. There's 9 bounties left. I go to the missus, there you are, there's 3 bounty chips, do your worst. She goes, bop, 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 all the top 3 left, lovely jubbly. 4 odd grand, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice.
The title's wrong on Facebook, it says day 1 here. Oh, cheers Colin, we'll get that changed. This is the final of the mini main, and all the players are now coming in and we're just about to sit down. We do have a couple of issues. There we go. We had issues with buttons, but you can hear us well, which is nice. We will change the title on Facebook. We'll change the title on the stream deck as well, and everything will come on. So yes, we welcome along to the final of the mini main.
Okay, your blends are going to continue at 15,000, 30,000 and 30,000.
So here we go. First hand of the minute. Facebook is correct. Dragomir, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. But this is the final of the mini. We normally do cash, but mini it is. That's what we're doing. All the way till we crown a champion sometime tonight. What about 8-hour final, do you reckon?
I'm actually not too sure, so I haven't looked at it. I'll have a little look now. Let's have a butcher's for the chips in plate. When do we think this is going to be done? It's only a 40-minute clock.
Cool.
So, in 1, for the final table, we got Christian Popsicle. In 2, John Bousfield. 3, Simon Wynn. 4, Aaron Fletcher. 5 is Barry Grime. 6, Danny Ryder. 7, William Kang. 8 is Bixie Yao. And in 9 is Mikhail Chesel.
Yeah, William Kang is Billy Neo.
Check.
William Neo Kang is his full name. So Billy is in seat number 7 with the cap. Thank you. I think we might need some cushions for that though.
That's 150.
No, don't do it. No, don't break it. No, you'll be fixing it, Joe. So there we go. Roy Cyphers will kick off and say, what a show you put on for the CAF Cup last Saturday, Tower. Thanks for making it memorable once again. Thanks everybody for turning up. What a day that was. 257 runners. That was amazing. What a turnout. I had my doubts. I was thinking, will everybody remember what we were doing and why we did it? Will it work during a GUKPT? First GUKPT we've ever had in March. And yes, it was amazing. The cam's not working properly, so it should be now. We were checking also all kinds of things, but there are a couple of issues at this moment in time. But hopefully not our end. So any problems, you let us know and we'll try and fix.
Danny opening the Queen Jack here. And we count. What for 27? Pocket tens. Could see him just flat this one.
10 seconds.
I'm actually not too sure. I haven't looked too into the stack depths here at the table. But it looks like Michal and Danny with similar sort of size, but going to go for the 3-bet. Going to be a small size in expect. Goes for just shy of 3x.
Pass. Pass.
So Bowsh on another FT. Danny Ryder's had a decent season. Good to see Billy back at the tables as well. Moved back over to China and gone played all the games in Asia. He says, oh, it's getting busy in Asia. See, I just had WPT in Vietnam. He played every event. He says Cambodia. He says unbelievable, 1,000 runners every tournament.
Yeah.
He says I still love going to Manila in the Philippines. He says, and believe it or not, the one that's slowing down is Macau.
Oh wow.
Which I'm very surprised at. I thought Macau would still be the busiest out of the lot, but apparently not. So good afternoon and everybody watching. If you did play the CAF Cup on Saturday, it was an amazing event. How long did you last? Did you play it? Were you dancing and jigging about?
Yeah, I was flying. I was up to like 120k with 35k average stack. I was, and then it all went wrong. Tower. I was V-pipping probably close to 80-90%. I was free betting a lot of hands. I was just getting involved in a lot of pots, and it all went wrong. I eventually bluffed off. I think it was a good chunk of my stack with Queen Deuce into a lovely lady's Ace King, and then before I knew it, I was out the door.
Oh.
But the problem is, I was all right on the table. I was right in the corner, as far as you could be away from the DJ booth, and then I got moved to a table right in front of it. got you blasted away.
Pass. Pass.
It was a cracking day, really was. I didn't know if it was going to work with being the first GUKPT, but certainly did. Ben Teague the day after I woke up, rolled up. I think he was still half cut, and he went, "The best day's poker I've ever had in my life." he said it was just the best. I was on the tables and everything. He says. This is a deep FT for the mini. Yeah, we don't normally get to the FT straight away now. The last on the night before. It's and there were over 550 runners, so it's not as if it's a bad field. So, but they have got chunks, and they're a very stacked final table as well.
Yeah, I reckon this one's going to last 2 sessions and a bit, guys, maybe 3. So I think 6 hours tops. Just having a look at the chips in play structure. Probably going to be finishing up around 11:30 midnight, which will be perfect. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming the high roller. Roy Cyphers is asking me to remember a hand from the CAF Cup on Saturday.
On Saturday, I don't think
I no chance, Roy. You have got no chance.
I don't think the dealers can remember dealing. They were absolutely brilliant, the dealers. They really were. All that music blurting on in their ears and everything going on. I thought they did a fantastic job.
How are we doing, Razor Kev, Asifo? Good evening, all. How are we doing? Adrian Webb says, come on, Bixie. And Carl Lakeland says, back to work now, guys. I'll be in Saturday for the GUKPT Cup.
Yes.
It was nice to share the table with Jay in the first level of the mystery on Sunday. Set off like a train, but went card dead. Couldn't force many spots. Lost the flip against Cal.
Ricky on Facebook says, how come there's no cash game? He got canned by the players. Half of the list on Tuesday said that they weren't coming. And it was too late to get the cash back up and running, so unfortunately it didn't happen. The Omaha wanted to come onto the FT, and then there were only 4 registered for that, so that wasn't it. So as a backup, and a really good backup for us, we have the mini final. With plenty of money up top.
When we found out yesterday we were doing the mini, I was sat there in the mini, thought, oh, might as well blast my chips off now. No point making day 3. Here we go.
Yeah. Brilliant. It's a good substitute to have, to be fair. It really is. make a change, and then when we get to Edinburgh, we'll be back to cash on the Wednesday night. Edinburgh is our next leg. We'll show you plenty of what's coming up. A bit fuzzy, isn't it?
That looks a bit.
Yeah, I don't think Andy's eyes are spot on there. We'll get him bouncing on the table at the break. Obviously, can't do it before.
Bet 50,000.
Way too many spades. Should have got more aggressive before the flop.
So Aaron Fletcher, big cash player. Plays in Vegas, plays in the Blasio, plays 10-20. From Sheffield, chip leader. In a white t-shirt in seat 4.
Is it lucky?
Very lucky.
One more available, one left.
An old Grimo on an FT. How did that happen?
He was on the FT in Coventry as well, wasn't he? The final table.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Was it the mystery he was on the FT for? Or?
Not confirmed, lucky yet, that's fine.
Yeah, a bit of form. Oh, Barry Grime.
Evening, Helen. Helen watching on Facey. Come on, Danny, running hot. Playing well, Danny. Good evening to the Preston Pixie. How are we doing? How are we doing, Gary?
Pass. Last time somebody offered me that in Vietnam, I was running good to the toilets.
Oh, it was a trap.
Yeah, he totally changed his game, didn't he, old Barry, on the high roller FT? It's the red wine that does it. Changes your mind, changes the way you think. I did notice this week that the way to actually win a scene in the cash out satellite is drink as much as you can before you sit down and just blast it off.
Yeah.
And you end up with seats. I found that out in plenty of different places.
I think I saw a record yesterday for the cash out satellite.
Right.
So we're sitting there, we're playing some PLO. Someone goes, there's a high roller satellite on. TJ pokes, he goes, oh, is there a satellite on? He goes, I'll be right back, guys. He comes back 15 minutes later, we go, you done, Terry? He goes, no, we're on break. He goes, I've got 97k though. he goes back after break. 3 minutes later, he sits back down. He goes, yeah, got a seat. Oh, TJ, it must have been a record. He literally goes, spins the stack up. Suddenly it's break. He goes, I got 97k. Comes back after break.
Oh my days.
Took about 3 minutes back at the cash table. Yeah, got a seat, boys.
Here's the Kev, good afternoon. Conte in or sacked before the end of the season?
Yeah, Danny could have just ripped here, tower, for sure. But good to see that if he is going to free bet, he is just choosing this size, just north of 3x. Don't need to go as large as we usually would on FTs. But this is probably going to get the job done.
Yeah. No,
No,
it is not.
no, Aaron going to come along with a King Jack offsuit here. And this is one of the things as well, Tao. This is why I think we just want to free bet send this as Danny for what would have been just sub 30 bigs. Like the times we don't flop an ace or a queen, we're out of position versus a good opponent and can get ourselves in some tricky spots. So I think the 28, 27 big send would have been the most viable option pre-flop versus the button open here from Aaron, just because the times that Aaron does want to pill and we go post-flop, when we're out of position, get a board like this, it's going to be very difficult to be continuing. 985, 2 spades here, perceived better for Aaron's range, and does have King Jack with a Jack of spades. They're going to continue firing. And from Aaron's perspective as well, he probably expects Danny to just send the 9s and 8s here, so knows that he's probably going to have that advantage.
This is the final call for players remaining in today's high roller. Please go back to the card.
155, the bet on the flop. No, it's just so tough for Danny to continue. Like Aaron can still have versus this 3x sizing, all this 10-9 suited, 7-8 suited, all this type of stuff that can really connect with this board. And Danny just has to get out of the way and gets bluffed off the best hand. And if we just elect to send that in for 27, 28 bigs pre, we win the pot. But went for the small free bet. Like, not saying that we're not going to have any free bets there off a 27 tower, like we will have some, but we really want like the aces and kings in there, queens sometimes as well, ace king suited, and then the way we counteract that is just having some like offsuit ace x and stuff like that, suited wheel ace x as our bluffs for the same size. and then just send all this ace king off, ace queen, tens, jacks, nines, eights, all this type of stuff. But went for the free bet on this occasion, not paying off.
Pass, pass. Pass.
So the FT, if you just tuned in, of the mini. We're getting the prizes up very soon.
Raise 60,000.
Final 9.
Pass.
55 players got paid in this. 55.
Yeah, potential free bet spot here for Aaron. Sitting first in chips and Bousy near the top of the pack could definitely make this like 160k here with the queen 10 of hearts.
Raise 200,000.
And go even larger. It's like north of 3x, 200. Like the choice of the free bet here from Aaron, just recognising the spot, having Bousy covered, Bousy near the top of the pack as well, and we've got position. And the chip lead, this is good from him. Barry can't really do much but fold here, does get out of the way with the sixes.
Pass. Pass.
Bousy out position 7-8 suited, this deed not going to be calling. Aaron having cover, well play Aaron, nice free bet there with the queen 10 suited.
Go on, Billy. 2 mil in chips. Good to see him back at the tables.
Yeah, I'm shocked to see it as well, Span, to be fair. Span says not sure about Aaron's call of the free bet with the king jack off. By the way, given our opponent done his range is likely to be. I agree. I'm surprised that he pulled the king jack off there. King jack suited, obviously I think it's going to come along, but king jack off, I think he's just going to be folding that most of the time, but opted for the call and did work out. Did expect it to be end of hand at times. That Danny did choose the free bet, not all in anyway. But Aaron made what looked like a loose call.
Raise 65,000 total.
Here we go. Christian with nines here.
Yeah.
Probably just going to play flat tower here.
10 seconds. Raise.
He's going to go for the free bet here with the nines.
Pass. Pass.
It's just a dicey path. Times that Mikhail wants to 4-bet here, we just have to fold, don't get to realise our equity and flopping a set. People are less inclined to squeeze as well. Once a gun open and a +1 flat, both look like very strong ranges, so a lot of the time we are going to be likely to see a flop as Christian, but going to take the aggressive approach here with the nines, and this does look very strong. I think nines are probably going to be close to the bottom of the pairs that are going to 3-bet the gun open here. Mikhail with the tens. Expect him to flat tower. I'm not sure if he is going to go for the 4-bet rip, because the times that we are getting called, we're just dead unless up against ace king. I might even be thinking about laying this down, but it does look very strong here from Christian. Once we open gun and he wants to 3-bet on our direct left, surely he's just going to play flat. Could be wrong. Won't see the 4-bet. I think more likely just going to be flat in. But the way he's posturing, wouldn't be surprised if a fold was coming in here. Tower might be thinking about the tight laydown, but personally I think we just got to pill and go post here as Mikhail.
Trying to get any kind of read of Christian side C1. It says pass.
There you go.
Yeah, it says pass.
There you go. So Christian getting the best hand to fold there with the nines. Getting tens out of the way. Fair play.
Final table of the mini. Not the cash tonight. cash game collapsed, unfortunately. So the mini is a great substitute and a backup to have. There you go. Come on. Is there a max age limit for the seniors? The max age limit now, you can be 107. You can be 204 if you want to be. But there's a minimum age limit of 50.
You ever played the game Perudo?
Perudo?
With the
No.
dice, the 5 dice under the cups on the box.
That's
It's
not
the
like
funniest
that's
thing.
not like Yahtzee, is it?
No, it's not like Yahtzee. It's like, you know on the Pirates of the Caribbean, the game they all play with the dice under the cups. And he's like 5 5s, and then he goes 6 6s, and they're all doing the bidding of the dice under the cups. Anyway,
You got to guess what they are.
yeah,
Is
you
that
basically
the idea?
got to bid how many you're showing, because you can see what are under your cup, but you can't see what is under every cup. You got to
Oh,
make
right.
a bid how many are out there. But anyway, on the box of Perudo, it says ages 9 to 109. That's
right.
what it says on it. And I remember someone tweeting years ago going, "I mean, Nan's just turned 110 and she can't play her favourite game anymore." The poor old girl. Yeah, just turned 110 and she can't play her favourite game. But yeah, max age in the seniors, you can be as old as you like, as long as you're
Absolutely.
older than 50.
Absolutely. Oh. There was a comical moment in. It must have been in the one of the cash out satellites or the mini. Must have been the turbo yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, Blackpool's favourite old lady, Lillian Welsh, was sat at the table. She's easily in her 80s now, is Lillian. I'll just come back to that very shortly because Bix is all in with the ace king.
Yeah, and Barry Grime has made the call with the 9s. So Bixie at risk.
So Big C is at risk, ace king. Barry Grime has the 9s. Flippity flip time. Big C, another final table. Does she get the double up that she needs? Not on that flop, but we have redraws.
Ace King will run in spades.
That's not it.
So just down to the 6 outs.
Ace or a king needed for Bixie or we lose one early. And it's a 6. So the 9s of Barry Grime take out Bixie out. In 9th place, well played Bixie, another FT.
Yeah, £1,885 for Bixie. Everyone locked up over 2k now.
Well done indeed.
8 remaining.
Yeah, it must have been in the mini turbo because they were on the break and I got told this is Lillian sat there and if you live in Blackpool, you'll know Lillian. She's like the female Ali Malou. Honestly, she will play any two at any time, and she just sits there. And on the same table must have been a really elderly gentleman as well. And he gets to the break and they're having a chat at the break and he says, "I can't believe I've just heard what I've said. Is this man and this little old lady sat in the corner and they're battling away and she re-raises him and he folds out the way. He says, I don't want to take any old lady's chips." And he went, and Lillian says, "I'm probably younger than you." And they were saying they must have been in their 80s, both of them, and they were just having a laugh and a joke about it.
She was on my table, Data of the Mystery. Lillian, lovely old girl, ain't she? She's
Yeah,
lovely.
absolutely.
She is.
Yes, but
great
brilliant.
fun to play with.
Played in her Grosvenor for as long as I can remember.
She's got some moves in the locker, to be
Yeah.
fair, as well,
Yeah,
Tom.
cool.
Like, you wouldn't
Yeah.
expect it. She does have some moves in the locker.
Yeah.
Where did you finish in the mystery, Jay? I got 5th Baraka, 5th for 1,500 and 4.3k in bounties. So it was we had a nice little dip when it comes to bounties.
Absolutely.
I went into the FT with a chip lead. Started off all right, then ran it with Queen 10 suited into aces. Mate, to be fair to the lad, he played the aces really well.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think he played them really well. I was happy with my line, and then lost Ace King versus Ace 5 of cow all in pre. 5 on the turn, 5 on the river, and then that was that for me. And then played the mini, got a small bag, bagged about 40k. was up to about 180k
Was you?
after the first hour and a half. Got
Wow.
and then ran it with Queen 10 again, believe it or not. Went for the old check raise, bet, shove. Matey used all 6 of his time banks and then called with like 1 second left on the clock. And yeah, that was it. But it was an ace king, 8-9-3 board, rainbow.
Yeah.
And he used all 6 of his time banks with ace 9, which was second top 2 pair. So I was more than happy with my line if he was tanking with the old ace 9 for that long. But I've had a good week. It's been a fun week here.
Good. Is there any parking near the casino, says Dave? Yes, but it's on a first come, first served basis. But if you don't get into the main 2 car parks outside the casino, you will get a ticket for the South Beach car park complimentary on the casino. Stick it in your windscreen and you can park at the South Beach car park for nothing. Hi Gail.
Hi Mum.
How are you? Hope things are good. Can you reserve if driving from far away? No. That's a good question, but no.
I thought that was old Dave then. I had to look
I know,
again.
Dave Backlaw. if it is Dave, Dave certainly knows how many car parking spaces there are here in Blackpool, so it's certainly not Dave. Pictures froze, says Connor. Oh, it has actually. The picture has froze. You can obviously still hear us. Can you still hear us? Yep, bigger boom boy says yes, you can still hear us. Okay, our picture's froze as well. Bagger Grimes just turned round. Oh,
Look at that.
well that's working.
Never seen that before.
Well that's come back on. And my comms move's working, Paul. With sound. Oh, you right? What's happened there? We are back. Good luck Bouncy, says Mark Richmond, watching on Facey. Hopefully the picture's back now. The blinds at 20-40, 40-minute blinds, lost 1. That was Bixie Yao. What about Hong Fan in Nottingham last week? Second. Big chip leader for a lot of the day.
Big O Boom Baby, yes, I booked last week. I will be there.
Oh, you going, are you?
Yeah, I'm all booked up.
Good man.
I'm going down on the Tuesday and then I'm staying till the following Monday.
Lovely.
So all.
Are you staying at the RDS?
No, it was all booked.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm just over the road. Just over the road, which is literally a 2-minute walk, I think. Yeah,
All right,
so
okay.
I think it's called the Sandmount where I'm staying. That's the turbo in the background, Gully. Turbo in the background. Mel Simpson, good afternoon. Edinburgh next.
Yes, it is indeed. We've got plenty to show you over the course of the next 5 days. Kate is in the background, playing the turbo. Sat at the side of Wendy Watson, who's not had the most successful week this week as Wendy. But she will be playing the main event on Friday. Accommodation is very expensive. It is. I've noticed it's very expensive in Dublin. It ain't cheap. Dubbers. But it is in a brand new place. The Irish Open for this year. In the RDS.
We're on a 30-minute clock.
40, I think. Is it 40?
Must be 30. Blinds have just gone up. We've only been here half hour.
Oh, we have.
We're on a 30-minute clock, Paul.
Pass. Pass.
He does. 21,000 up top. For second place, sorry.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That makes sense.
What's that?
Obviously, they didn't play 13 levels yesterday.
Ah, they paused
Yeah,
when they got
of
to the
course.
FT.
That's why they've just gone up.
Yeah. That makes sense. You have about 2 hours driving to Dublin and now sure it's the best option for me at the moment. Wowzers. Wow.
What's the stream schedule for Edinburgh? It'll be the same. It will probably be the cash game on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're very surprised if it's not the cash game, and we're only not doing a cash game because 6 out of the 10 names, for some reason, don't know why, all pulled out within an hour of each other on the Monday. We try getting a PLO game. That was only going to be 4-handed, so as a great backup, we've got the mini main final.
Yeah, and then it'll probably be the high roller if there is one in Edinburgh on the Thursday, if not day 1 and main. Friday day 1, day 2 on Saturday, and then final day 3, same as always. Baraka, sorry Jay, just left the stream. How much did you cash for? It was total was 5.8k with bounties, so it was a nice little juicer for the week. The funniest thing as well, this is where it gets ridiculous. On the day 1. On the Friday night when we got here, I got here and just started drinking, started having Star Brahmins at the rate you would not believe. And then I woke up the next morning on the Saturday. I was just like, I weren't sure if I was bagged because I couldn't remember getting back to the hotel. I couldn't remember bagging chips, but I do remember sitting at a table with 2 tables left. I remember that was like my last vision. I remember sitting at a table with 2 tables left on our day. And then I woke up and I've got a nudge from her. She's like, "Look, you bagged up the chip lead." I went, "Oh, did I?" I went from not sure if I bagged to
Was that the day you hit the pure 1 outer?
bagging up the chip lead.
Was that the 7?
Pure 1 outer.
That was in quads?
That was in Ireland. I'm
Right.
talking about the mystery. I'm talking about.
You're on about another day on the full-on Star of Prague.
I was on that. I'm talking about the mystery bounty at the last weekend. I was wrecked. I remember seeing Cal the next day. He goes, "You were in some state last night." But he goes, "You put on a masterclass." He goes, "You put on a drunken masterclass." He was like, king eye calls, ace eye calls, running bluffs with Jack 6 suited. He was like, it was an absolute masterclass. But brilliant. I couldn't remember any of it, unfortunately.
Paul Kamel, good afternoon. That might cover you for bets for this week on Towers Treble. It could be a bit tough this week, Towers Treble. There's an international break. But we'll have one up and running on Saturday, I'm sure.
Yay. And the crowd goes wild. Well, William opening the King 6 suited. And Simon just going to send it into the middle, gets it through. Yeah, I didn't look well at the start of play Sunday either, Jay, and that is because the Cav Cup was on Saturday, Carl. And I had a repeat on the Saturday night, on the Saturday night. And I remember coming in Sunday and just sitting down the first few levels, just water, coffee, some food.
It was a great day, and over £13,000 raised for charity, which is what it's all about.
I couldn't believe I heard the JCB song when you played it.
Were you singing along?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, no, the words yeah, off by heart.
Did you?
I used to love the old JCB song. Earlier, I was like, how has he played this? Where has he pulled this from? There's a right mix of music in there, I'll tell you that.
It was. It was a good day. Like I say, I went too short 4 years since the last one we had, and well, we all know what the reasons we're here for, but £13,000 we raised. Said yes, it was well worth doing.
Raised 85,000 total.
So Christian with the 8-9 suited. Open from hijack. Balsy looks like wants to come along.
Cool. Pass.
Yeah, makes a call with a Jack 10 of hearts like this from Balsy. I think we've just got stack depth that we just want to flat this one. It's horrible if we free bet into 2.5x and get ripped on. It's just hammers such great playability. Position on the opener. And some potential action flops for these two hands.
Not a bad flop for Bouncy.
They kind of won.
5, 6, 2. 2 hearts.
And Christian, bottom of range here, 9 high on this 6 high board. 2 overcards, gut shot, backdoor flush draw, continue seems fine. But yes, he's not really going to have he's not going to have a straight here or 2 pair, but neither is Bouncy. So the overpair advantage is going to be good here for Christian. Both players going to have all the sets.
Well, double double flush board now, and they've both got potential.
Yeah, and this is a pretty easy double barrel, I think, here for Christian Tower. We got a gut shot, we got 9 high. Bouncy is called flop. We can go after all these like 7s, 8s, 9s that we block. Even some potential floats of Bouncy against a small size with position.
10 seconds.
So I like the decision here from Christian to continue firing.
230,000.
Just repping an ace-x holding that c-bet flop has now got there on the turn. 230 into 490. So giving Bouncy over 3-1 on his money here. It's an interesting one for Bouncy because this is fairly close, just over 3-1. Going to need like 23% equity here to make this a decent call. Giving ourselves a decent price with position. Do we ever get value on the river as well? The times that we make our flush, but going to let it go. It is a close one.
Mr. Rick Gilby, watching on Facebook. It was a great day, and thanks to everyone that supported it, the CAF Cup. There will be a CAF Cup 8 after this event. After we just had that one, 63,000 raised, and we want to hit the magical £100,000. Great news. Does that mean we already think there's going to be another Blackpool leg next year?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Will it? Good evening, Annette. Annette Crintus,
How are we doing, Annette?
the new ace king. I just remember the sponsors. I just remember the track request that went on for 10 minutes. I had no idea what the song was. I still don't know what it was. The Rubber Band Man song. Never by the Spinners. Apparently, it's just been re-released because of Guardian of the Galaxy and all that malarkey. And this young kid was singing at the table like it was the new Spice Girls song. It was a song from 1974. I've never heard of it, but if you're going to request a song, make sure it's a long one. By heck, it went on forever. Cracking day. Well done, one and all, for turning up for the CAF Cup. I know we talk about it a lot, but when you raise £13,000 for charity, you might as well shout from the rooftops. And with 3 great charities that benefit from Saturday night's antics. Nick the Mod, good afternoon. Jumping into the all commands. You realise the Spice Girls Prime is closer to 74 than 2023. Well, that's true. You don't realise, do you? 25 years ago, the Spice Girls were out. 25 years ago. Where's time gone?
Raise 85,000.
Race King, easy open here, off at 21. Loses to 85. Over to Willie. In the big blind. That's none of it. Raise and take for Simon. Hello then, John Binns.
Good afternoon, John. Nice little run in the mystery bounty, Jay. Well done.
It's a good little comp. It's a fun
How's the
little
cat
comp.
like in Blackpool?
Yes, it's alright. It's,
Good.
she's alright.
Awesome. Still not seen her.
your last chance today.
Oh, she's going home tomorrow.
Put her on the lead and bring her over if you want.
Bring her in. You got a lead for the cat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's great.
You think that was my idea, do you?
No. Not in the slightest.
Her and that bloody cat, honestly. They're like, it's funny because when she's with her, she's loves her to pieces. With me, it's like swipe at me. Like I go and pick her up. I go. It's like it's like one of them.
Oh dear. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is the end. This is the mini main final. The FT have lost one player. Bixie out, eliminated in 9th. We're doing this instead of the cash. The cash game unfortunately collapsed for the first time. But it'll be back in Edinburgh when we get up there. We will show you all the information over the week, what's going to be happening in the next couple of months before we end up for Vegas. This is a 6-week break after Luton.
Yeah, keep an eye on this page open from Aaron here as the chip leader. Seems more than viable. Mikel probably just going to flick in a call here, getting this price still, suited 10.5. After 25, I think it will be fine. I'm guessing it's close on the FT. It's just going to let it go. Out of position to the chip leader. Usually always happy to defend any 2 suited versus a mean click, but final table is going to tighten up them decisions.
Let's have a quick look at the turbo, see how many's in. 78, 101 total, 78 entries, 23 re-entries, 101 are playing the £200 turbo, and the high roller has got 35 runners. That'll get up to 60 by the time it's done, with day 2 binds as well.
Oh, Bowie Effects rocked up to Blackpool.
He has indeed, so I'm walking in.
Bixie's jumped straight into the high roller.
That's she.
After busting on the final table with Ace King.
Yeah.
Some names in this one. That's a fun table. Tom Middy, Ben Teague, Terry Jordan, Marion, Mike Allen.
Four jack, 2 flop, 2 clubs, hits the flush on the turn, 5 of clubs, Christian gets a check mark.
Yeah, and one that Simon should really be checking back here. Yes, we do block the 6-3, but from the big blind, Christian going to be having plenty of flushes, and that's probably why Christian leads here with the 4-7 of clubs to prevent Simon from that check back on the turn. We're going to have a lot more flushes in this spot from the big blind, but does just get the 6s out the way. The thing is, in these spots, like, what hands is Christian going to find leads with there on the turn as bluffs? Like, is he also going to be doing that with like some ace deuce, ace of clubs, king deuce, king of clubs, this type of stuff? Although that's probably going to fold the EP open pre from the big. But I see a lot in live poker now. This is like the turn lead a lot of the time. That people only really find the leads once they make either like 2 pair, a straight or a flush, and not seeing too many leads with any bluffs in those spots. And if people figure out that you are just leading, once you turn a good hand, they can just make some exploit folds against you and only call when they're near the top end of their range. Bowie seems to be playing a lot on the tour. 40B of Broadmoor says, Gully, I think he just loves the company, to be honest with you, Gully. I think he loves the atmosphere and all the drinking and the
Is there much going on abroad at the minute?
Not really.
I wouldn't say there was. Obviously, the next one abroad will be the Irish Open. Are we on YouTube, Angela Powney? Yes, we are. Success Christian, says Carmen Popescu. He's watching on YouTube. And Mick the Mod is also watching on YouTube. So it should be there. I have to ask PK what the title is. I'm hoping we've got the Mini Main FT as the title on YouTube. We can check it. If we just click on the link. Jane O'Neill's YouTube open. Probably flicks it on. And there we go. Straight away. Mick the Mod. There's the link.
There's a William Suited King here, fine to open when we cut off. Raises to 80. Christian here, thinking about potentially having a little 3-bet squeeze. Out of the way. Well, Bousey here just got an easy send tower. This should just be all in from Bousey. 27 big blinds. There's an open, a call. We've got ace queen. Really easy shot for us. It's like similar spot to Danny earlier when he had ace queen in the big blind versus the button open. But I let you to just go for the small 3-bet with the same amount of big blinds. Hopefully we do just see the send here from Bousey, and we do. Really good from him. Just understanding his stack size, positions that have opened at the table, and how this jam is going to be getting through so often. And it's a nice pickup as well. Picks up 7 bigs. Cheers, Stephen. Stephen Chandler. Disappointed not to get the trophy, but it's hard to win a tournament.
It is indeed. How's Glasgow this evening?
The CFO says that Ireland's really expensive. Bigger Boom Baby says not as expensive as 2 or 3 people stay in the room. And Jim Marlowe goes even cheaper if 8 or 9 people stay in the same room. Peanuts.
Oh, imagine. Oh, just imagine. Yeah, I think the accommodation was one of the reasons I've not booked yet. Because it's a tad pricey. You never know, I might rock up.
You'll be there. Said that last year, week before. I remember, I can't remember where we were doing the comms from. He was like, I'm not sure yet, I might rock up.
That's it, first person to see the bar. It is a good week. It is a good week. Four, 3, jack, flop. We'll sort the comms cam as well. Not the comms, the flop cam. When we get to the first break. Janine Case is rooting for Danny Dagger. Not in his hand, but Christian has turned a flush draw.
Yeah, nice candidate to check back as well from Christian. Jack with no meaningful kicker after picking up a diamond draw.
What's it, 9 diamonds? It is.
Bet 185,000.
Christian makes it 185.
Yeah, I'm going to have a real tough time calling off here.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not
With the
calling
6-4.
any of this. Is Simon Wynn, local player to Blackpool. Won't be calling any of this.
Like after turn goes check as well. Like can plausibly have some Jack X here that he goes to value 2 pairs. It's a button open, having both players. He's going to use a time bank here, Simon. Maybe thinking that just like an ace high hold in, trying to get him to fold a 4 or a 3.
Wow!
Oh, he is going to pay it off, Tower.
Wow,
Does pay it
that's
off.
surprising.
We've got the non-believer and Simon down to 8 big blinds.
That is surprising. And Simon makes a call. Good evening, Andy. Andy Allison says, good evening, guys. Oh, well, when will the cash game be streamed? Unfortunately, won't. We've got the backup of the mini-main final table tonight. The cash game, unfortunately, just collapsed. There's quite a few players pulling out. Take it down for Leo's, says Gary Dobson. I'm guessing that's Leo's in Liverpool. Christian Popescu. Doing it for the Liverpool lads.
I said around 11, Mick. Or 11 o'clock-ish, I reckon, this one. I reckon 2 sessions, which would take us up to around 10 o'clock. And then I think it will be done that session. So 2 sessions and 1 more. So I don't think we'll do 3 full sessions. I think it'll be the 3rd session of the day that this is finished. Just going on what we usually go on, chips and play, structure, that sort of thing. Yep, that is Wendy in the background. You can see Tim. Christian is going to be opening this one. Queen Jack and the cut off once folded 2. Grooving down the neck of Aaron now in terms of chip lead. Bumping himself to 2nd in chips after that pot.
10 seconds. Raised 80,000 total.
Raises to 80. After doing nothing with the old 5 deuce.
Pass.
Simon not getting involved with the 8-5 suited. At least he shouldn't be.
Want to bet? He's a changed man.
Get a call. We're off of 8 bigs with the 8-5 of clubbies in the small.
It must be double parked on Waterloo Road or something.
You know, this is an interesting one for Aaron because this is a really nice candidate to potentially squeeze up, but we simply can't because of Simon's stack size, so he's just going to choose to defend. But if Simon wasn't in this pot and did just fold the 8-5 of clubs like he's supposed to, I think we would have seen Aaron definitely take this particular candidate and go for the 3-bet bluff. But now we're heading freeway to the flop, and it has been checked through. And there's a 5 on the turn, so the 8-5 out in front for Simon.
Awesome.
And now he just moves all in. Just once the flop's checked through, just believing that the 5's going to be the best of it.
That's why we're defending the old 8-5.
And that's how you do it, Tower.
Absolutely. Take a leaf out of Simon's book. Back up to 13 bigs.
Do you think he would have been pinning the 8-5 of clubs if the 6-4 hand didn't happen? The hand before?
Nah, probably not. Probably not. Is that Wendy on the table in the background? Yes, it is. Playing the £200 turbo sat at the side or to the left or to the right of Kate Swift. And that's Paul Maguire. Evening, Jerry. Evening, Mike. Watching on Facebook. Remember the cash games in Blackpool used to be amazing. Yeah, they have been as well. It's been very busy. It's been very busy. The cash action here in Blackpool. There was a 5, 10, 25 PLO running for about 6 hours today. that broke up because they all jumped into the high road.
There's been some good cash this week as well, some really good cash. Always like Blackpool.
Yeah.
Always got a few good games running. Some other stops are hit and miss, but always seem to get a game, yeah.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, requesting a table to play at 5, 10, 25 PLO. Doesn't happen anywhere else. Just trying to get a game of golf in. You're on about bringing your thermals in November. We're on about trying to get a game of golf in with the lads from Scotland this week, and the course was flooded. First time in 4 years it was closed.
Speaking of flooding, you see the Rotherham pitch the other night?
Yes, flipping, I tell you what, them groundsmen did a good job. I couldn't find the video of
Could
the.
you not?
No, I couldn't find what it was on. But yeah, flash floods in Rotherham. Abandoned the game at half time.
Only 1-0 down.
To a team below us. I think it's just a one-off with the cash game being collapsing this week. It's just one of those things that.
We had a couple of pull-outs last minute, and then it's hard to get.
It is. We've got a good backup with final table.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea for the Wednesday and futures anyway. To the times that we haven't got a good game, I think like at the Vic we should throw the mini final table on.
I'm with you on that one. Especially as we're in the Vic 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, been a good week in all, Jerry. To be fair, we've played a few cash game sessions, managed to book wins in all of them, cashed in the mystery, only had 2 bullets in the mini. So it's been a fairly good week for us. It does feel nice having to come to work and booking a win before.
Good evening, Christy. Watching on Face It. Evening, folks. Gutter can't make it. Have the numbers been as high as November? No. But November is a big party. It's like the end of the season party. Oh, actually frozen. Just let the boys try and catch up. As you can see there, the picture has froze. Oh, the graphics haven't. How interesting is that?
But we haven't. While they sort that out, shall we have a look what we got
Go on
coming
then,
up
what
over
we're
the
going to
weekend?
show them.
If you fancy playing anything, we are on the Wednesday high roller day 2 tomorrow. You can buy in for the first 2 levels of that one if you fancy. Main event starting at 12.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get into the main cheap, we've got a cash out satellite tomorrow evening. Friday as always just the main and the turbo.
Play them drunk. Seems to be the way forward this week. I don't know why.
Get absolutely out of your head. Wake up tomorrow, you have a bag in front of you. And you're like, oh, I bagged up chips, lovely.
I bagged up the chip, mate. Oh, it has been good.
So that is it. And then we've got the GUKPT Cup on Saturday. Always a good turnout for that one.
Yeah.
And then Sunday as always.
Quite a few players saying that's the best edition that's come into the GUKPT for a long time.
Someone I was speaking to, who was I speaking to? I was speaking to someone, but they were saying how about
Had you had a starter problem by this time?
Yeah, probably. They were saying about instead of putting the mystery bounty on, putting like another GUKPT Cup the first weekend, having like a £550 in the first weekend potentially, but. Because mystery bounties, I'm not sure. It just doesn't seem to get the runners that you think it would get.
Yeah, they were really good to start with, weren't they? And then they petered off a little bit, but we still had a 5k bounty to play for that you had, and you pulled out an extra 4.5k, so that wasn't too bad. So it's a tough one because you've got the mini, and then you've got the mini. What do you put on as a bounty? What if you put a 25 on? Yeah, it's the same kind of buy-in as a mini, and then it's a tough one. It is a tough one. Maybe stick a couple of one-day events on. Stick a turbo.
That could
stick a £300 or a 200. You know. But as you can see, the picture shows just above us, but you can see us, you can hear us.
Gonna do a restart.
Are we having a?
Gonna have a 30
While
minutes
still 8.
restart, guys. And
It might be a refresh actually.
yeah, so
We'll let you know what happens if anything happens.
we're going to be on a 30-minute restart. But the other thing is, Tal, they're going to be going on break live, I think, in about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
so,
good.
Yeah. So,
Luckily.
yeah.
Luckily, we're on a break. As you can see, the picture has froze. The guys are working on it. If the clock comes on, then that is what will happen. We can't press any buttons at this moment in time, unfortunately. It is Gremlins in Blackpool.
Get them out of the way early.
Get them, absolutely. A micro mini, 250.
What about just a fun one on the Friday night? Just like a £25 unlimited rebuys, unlimited, just for like 5 levels or something.
Yeah, but then
5 25-minute levels.
But obviously, it's got to be cost effective regarding 25 dealers working. A £5 reg fee these days, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I'd love it to be. I'd love to go back to the old 10+1
Yeah.
for a rebuy. You know.
That's
But
true.
yeah, it's obviously they do look at all kinds of things regarding what works and obviously what fits in the curriculum for the staff. Obviously, these events are all dealer dealt. They all stay in the Ritz.
Yep.
You know what it's like.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to be back. We'll come back at 7 o'clock, just before the table's back up and running, and we will see you at 7 PM for the remainder of this mini main final table.
Indeed. Not really much else to say upon that. Is the full schedule for Blackpool. We'll try and stick it on the main one with a clock saying that we're back in 30 minutes. We'll see you then.
See you at 7.